The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
Welcome to Generations Radio. I'm Percy here every Saturday and Sunday, as you guys know. Go to our website as well, generations808.com, and check us out there. As you know, we archive all these radio shows and look for the topic that interests you. Tell your friends and neighbors. We're on Facebook, so make sure you like our page. But if you don't know by now, our April-May issue is out, and it's a beautiful cover again, thanks to our photographer, Brian Suda, and our art director, Wilson Angel. But, Helen, Richard, and Diane are on our cover. It's so cute. They had an autograph signing at Lanakila Center this week, and a couple hundred people showed up at least. They got rid of close to 500 copies in a week. I mean, amazing. And, they know people and are part of other organizations, and they grab 10 or 20 copies each person. So it's kind of cute, but they have more energy than I think I have. I mean, it's incredible. So thanks to them. And actually, Mui, the center director at Lanakila, and Justin, the program director, who handles all the 18 different programs. They have 8 ethnic groups there that meet every week. So kudos to them, and they're an inspiration to me because I want to be active like them, and it's so cute to have them on our cover. But thank you very much to Richard, Helen, and Diane. So anyway, it's April, and every year we always want to cover different resources. And one of the things that I really realized going to the Aging in America conference a couple of weeks ago in D.C., there were over 500 programs on aging, and everything was really geared toward healthcare. Everything was geared towards staying healthy. And that's what we do at Generations Magazine and our website and our radio show, is to really provide that information out there. So we have today Miss Dawn Pasikala. Let me say this 5 times. Pasikala, okay. Senior Education Director of the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. So I'm sorry, Dawn, for brutally dismembering your last name. But thanks and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Percy. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And have you done radio before? Not the
Okay. I've done call-in.
Okay, you're
before,
fine. You're fine.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So Senior Education Coordinator. Now, so have you been in the healthcare field for a long time? Or
I
the
have.
National Kidney Foundation?
Yes. I am a registered nurse, so I've been in healthcare for over 20 years.
Wow.
Did bedside nursing for many, many years, and then made the switch over to community health because I really felt that my forte was really the teaching side of it, the preventative side of it.
Sure.
And I love meeting people and connecting with them. And so this was a great fit for me.
Great. In fact, I was with a friend of mine the other night, and he was saying, so you've been doing reverse mortgages, you're helping seniors, you do the magazine. What is your purpose in life? And it's both helping people on the finance side, but also providing information out there, which you're doing right now. So that's great. And, that's my passion. I'm sure that's for yourself as well. But so how did you get connected with the National Kidney Foundation?
Well, like I said, a few years ago, I've been with them for 7 years. So prior to that, I was bedside nursing and saw an ad online for this job description and jumped at the opportunity because, again, it was more the preventative part of it. It was educating people out in the community, which you don't get very much time of in a hospital setting.
Right.
You get all of two minutes or so, and they're out the door.
That's true.
And sometimes you never see them again. But with community health education, you're constantly seeing the same people over and over again. And so you get to bond with them. You get to build that relationship and continue to educate them, kind of every step of the way, with them, and just building that special relationship with them. And, trust develops and, they really take to heart the information that we're giving to them and actually apply it.
Yeah. So, like I said, at the conference, there are so many workshops on how to stay healthy. Medicare is great, Medicaid is great, but it really, you have to take care of yourself. You stay out of the hospital, stay healthy. Hopefully you don't need any kind of caregiving or get diseases like kidneys and diabetes and Alzheimer's, but it is something that we need to take control of. So I like your mission here. So the National Kidney Foundation, so really it's really about chronic kidney disease, isn't it?
It is. The National Kidney Foundation, obviously, in the name itself, we're very focused on the preventative aspects of preventing chronic kidney disease. And, every day somebody is affected by chronic kidney disease. And so let me just throw out some stats.
Yeah.
For chronic kidney disease in Hawaii, 1 in 2 people are affected. So you think about our population.
We're 1.4 million?
1 in 2 in Hawaii only.
We have 1.4 million people
so
in Hawaii.
You think about half our population is at risk for chronic.
Okay.
Yeah,
don't have it,
risk.
but are at risk.
At risk for chronic kidney disease. And
do you have a figure that has how many people that do have kidney disease?
It's somewhere in
half of that, probably.
Probably about at least 500,000. Yeah.
Wow.
400,000
really?
Around that number. Yes. I can't remember the exact figure.
Sure.
But it's several thousand. Yeah. And being at risk, and let me just touch on that for a second. You understand why that number is so high and the ratio is so high. Because when we look at risk factors for chronic kidney disease, the number one risk factor is diabetes. And so I know you've had people or other organizations from the Diabetes Association come, but our population is very much at risk for diabetes. So being that diabetes is the number one risk factor for chronic kidney disease, that's part of the reason why the numbers are so high. The second risk factor is high blood pressure. So
back up. The number one risk is, again?
Diabetes.
I mean, is it an ethnic thing? Is it because we have so many Polynesians, Chinese, or Asians?
Several things come into play. One is ethnicity. And in Hawaii, the higher ethnic groups who are at risk are Native Hawaiians, Asians, and Filipinos. Okay, so you think of why is that? Well, then you take another step forward and you look at diet and the nutritional intake.
So it's not hereditary.
That's one of the risk factors as well,
really?
Being a family history of diabetes, or the other risk factors that come into play or may come into play. But it's our lifestyle, our eating, our level of physical activity that we get as well. Yeah, that contributes to chronic kidney disease. And so, when we look at chronic kidney disease, we're really focusing in on the risk factors and how we can manage the symptoms of the risk factors in order to control the progression of chronic kidney disease.
So when you say the ethnic group, it's the food. Mm-hmm. It's the
Food,
shoyu.
yes.
It's the
when you think
deep fried kalyuk. I love my pancit, and I love what's the fried pork that's really good but really bad for you, like almost all fat. What do you call that thing? Food item? Not pancit, but anyway, that kind of food, all the fried food.
Yes. When you look at
that's Hawaii, though. I mean,
our Polynesian cultures and Asian cultures, high sodium foods a lot of the time. fried foods. So it's all in the way.
Sweet luau. Wow.
But it's not like you can't have them. It's really about portion control, right? And that takes a lot of self-discipline.
Oh, I know. I go to all Hawaiian food. You know how big that lalao is, right? Man, that's a plate lunch for 3 people. Can't eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right. In Hawaii, we don't normally follow portion control when it comes to
no, they do. They have the mini plate lunch.
Well, yeah, but
But how many now costs $70?
How many times do people eat a mini plate lunch? But if you are trying, that would be the better selection.
Yeah.
We're not saying don't eat this and don't eat that. But you can make wiser choices, healthier
choices. But if you
choices.
get the mini plate lunch, you got to kick out the mac salad and the rice.
True, or at least half the portion. You can have some of it. Just maybe control yourself in having all of it, or saving it for later. So nutrition plays a huge role.
Okay. So besides that, what was the second one you said?
High blood pressure.
But isn't that caused by eating all that kind of food?
Mm-hmm. It's mainly caused by high sodium food intake, high fat intake as well. Yeah.
And then, but sugars?
Sugars will definitely contribute, of course, to the diabetes if you either have it or at risk for it. It's all about how our bodies break down those sugars. Yeah, everybody is different.
Right.
Everybody's metabolism is different. So
80% of who you are is from your parents, right? That's what I hear.
Yeah, I mean, genetics play a huge role in our makeup.
I was talking to a friend of mine. He works out. His doctor told him do an hour of cardio every day, and he does, and he still has diabetes.
Yeah. We can't do anything about our genetic makeup. We really can't. But again, we can slow the progression by being more educated about the condition and really controlling the symptoms, right? The symptoms of diabetes, the symptoms of high blood pressure, which some people who do have them may experience, So teaching them how to manage those symptoms and what to look for can really play a pivotal role.
And so cute. My son comes home yesterday and said, I can't eat more than 16 grams of sugar. Is that about right? Is that too little? That seems like a little bit. That's what he was telling me.
Per meal? Is that what he's saying?
For the day.
For the day.
That's too low. It's supposed to be per meal, right?
I'm thinking it's probably per meal. And again, I'm not a dietitian, but I kind of know the general numbers, but it sounds like maybe per meal.
Must be per meal, yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. So, okay, so we did the diabetes and high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. But, if you take a blood pressure medication, it just basically, what does that blood pressure medicine do?
Well, let's just say I've had many patients come to our classes to be educated, and we always tell them, if you're on high blood pressure medication or any type of medication, it's very counteractive if you're doing the opposite. So say you have high blood pressure and you're still eating salty foods, but you're thinking, if I take my medication, everything will be okay. No, it really voids it, because that's not the purpose of the medication.
I know. I hear that. It's funny you say that. I hear that I took my, no.
Yeah.
So what's the connection between diabetes and kidney, though? So the diabetes is the disease that affects your kidneys?
Eventually, it will. Like I said, if you don't control the symptoms. So when a person is diabetic, it means that their body is not able to break down sugars and utilize sugar, which is the energy our body needs, properly. Either their body makes some insulin and they have to replace it with medication to kind of make up for that.
I mean, it's not making enough insulin. Is that
Right,
really what it is?
making enough insulin. Or your body is completely not producing insulin, and that's when they have to take injections to put that back.
When they take an injection, that's a lot more serious, right?
Yes. So if you're on oral medication, it's the lesser of the two evils, but it means your body is producing some, but not all. Yeah.
Now, so I've never been good at this, the body parts and where they're located in your body and things like that. But so that means your kidney is not producing the insulin.
No, actually, your kidneys don't produce insulin. It actually is like your pancreas and your liver that also play a role, in the insulin component to the body. But where the kidneys come into play is if you're not controlling the diabetes and your sugar levels, it could increase your blood pressure. It could, just make having to break down insulin and the sugars just more difficult for the kidneys. There's a lot of chemical aspects that happen that I don't want to get into because I don't want people to get overwhelmed by it. But basically, your kidneys will have to work harder, if you're not controlling the diabetic symptoms.
Right. So as an educator, what is the Kidney Foundation of Hawaii doing now? I mean, how can they get educated about this?
Okay. Our programs department is comprised of 3 different sections, if you will. We focus on early intervention, where Melissa Guzman, who's our coordinator, coordinates all of our screenings. And so we have, less comprehensive types of screenings to our most comprehensive type of screenings, ranging from a simple take-home urine test with a tablet that you can test for protein. That's an example of one. To on-site urine analysis with a blood pressure check. To our most comprehensive screening where we do physical measurements, glucose checks, or blood sugar checks. We do a on-site urine analysis as well. And then you get a medical consultation at the end of the screening. That takes about 20 minutes to half an hour.
Is this at your office? Or
No.
wouldn't people go to the hospital or a doctor to do this?
They do some of those testings for sure at the hospital or in your physician's office, the lab workup that, most people have when they go for their checkups. But no, our screenings are offered free out in the community. We're at community health centers sometimes. We're at senior centers, wherever anybody would take us,
Really?
basically.
I know that.
And it's always open to the public. We usually try to screen between 60 and 125 people when we do a screening, especially our most comprehensive screening, and it usually runs for about 4 hours at a time.
But how long does one person take to be screened?
Like I said, it's probably going to take about 20 minutes or so. The holdup is when we have to test the urine. So if they don't have to use the bathroom right away, they may have to wait a little bit or drink, we'll give them water to drink. So,
because, we're doing our Aging in Place event August 20th. And last year we had over 1,600 people. But I don't know if we have the space to do that and whether people can wait that long.
Right.
But
we could do a lesser comprehensive, like the one I was talking about, just a blood pressure check, or they could do a take-home protein check.
Blood pressure is, when you take the blood, I do my blood pressure check every few months, but that can just be caused by drinking too much coffee or just stressful job, right?
Definitely. Stress plays a big part in our health, and that could definitely raise our blood pressure, but
it's not going to cause diabetes, you'll think.
Well, again, you have to look at your family history, your risk factors if you have some or are at higher risk for some and maybe not for others. But the danger is if the blood pressure stays high, that's kind of where you have to go in and check.
I always forget my numbers. I think it was like 120 over 80 and 90. Or that's okay?
That is the goal. 120 over 80 is the goal.
Like 130 over 90 was something that was pretty good, but not what ideal.
Right. Yeah, the ideal is 120 over 80.
Oh,
if you're a little, that top number, you kind of don't want it to go over 140.
Yeah.
And then you're stepping into like the pre-hypertensive range, so kind of keep
the bottom number.
The bottom number, you really don't want it to go any higher than 100, 110, somewhere around there.
So I don't want to put you on the spot, but what do those numbers mean? What's the top number mean versus the bottom number mean? They told me many times. I forget what it. What all I know is 120 over 80.
In clinical terms, the top number is your diastolic number, and the bottom is called your systolic number. Systolic and diastolic numbers. Basically, one number measures at the rate at which the blood is pushed out of the heart. And
that's the top number?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the bottom number really measures the rate at which the blood is circulated back towards the heart. So
outgoing and incoming.
Outgoing and incoming, yes.
Okay. That's a better way to think about it. Now think about it. Okay.
Yeah.
A little better. Outgoing, what the blood is pushing, what the heart is pushing out. Mm-hmm. And the bottom number is what's coming back in?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah.
That's a good one. I think it's better. People maybe understand that better because when they say like my father had a quintuple bypass, and that means the heart's had blockage. Is that right?
Right.
So when the valves are not working, the five
places, right?
Yeah, 5 others. 7, 8. How many valves are there? 7 or 8, something like that.
7 or 8, yeah.
But 5 were blocked, and so he plays tennis and. One morning, he plays Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Friday morning he didn't get up to go play tennis. And my mom was like, hey, you better go. He goes, oh, I'm not feeling good. So then by 10 o'clock comes, he goes at 9 or 8:30. By 10 o'clock, he still didn't get out of bed yet. My mom goes, you better go to the hospital. Went to the hospital at 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock, they said, okay, you're going to have quintuple bypass tomorrow morning, on a Saturday. That's how serious it was. He's back to playing tennis. This was 12 years ago. He's 87 now. Still going strong. I just got a text from my sister last night. Oh, they're on their way to Vegas. I just dropped them off. No, they go to Vegas 5-6 times a year. Wow. One big cruise a year. Wow. But, I mean, yeah, they're really amazing. But now he just told me he has diabetes the last holiday. What was last holiday? He told me he had diabetes. Mm-hmm. And just recently, though. Mm-hmm. And he's 87. You can get diabetes that late in life?
Anybody can get diabetes at any age. Again, our genetic makeups are so different and so individual, and our bodies work differently and metabolize differently. We just don't know if we're not looking, for the signs or know that we're higher at risk because our parents had it or our sibling had it or our grandparents may have had it. We may not be following up properly or checking, doing those tests, routine tests.
So my mom goes, oh, don't give Grandpa the dessert, the pie. So why not? Because he has diabetes now. I said, what? I didn't realize you can get diabetes that late. You think of diabetes as somebody maybe 60, 70, but not that age. And he's so healthy, but he got it. So he's taking some kind of medication. But so.
Another thing I was going to mention too, at 87, right? I mean, you really want to look at quality of life too.
Oh, trust me, they have a great time.
So, you can't at that age. I'm just saying you may not be able to do. Tell him no for certain things because he's up there, and it might be more important to him to be happy.
Well, he'll do both. He'll just go play tennis next day.
Than to deprive himself of certain things, sometimes. But again,
you haven't met my parents. They live life to the fullest, let me tell you.
It seems like they're pretty active.
They're very active.
That's great, though.
They're very, very active. So,
right.
But anyway, so here with Dawn Pasikala with the National Kidney Foundation. They're a senior education coordinator, but so you have programs that are all free.
Yes, our programs are free to the public. We have many programs coming up as well that I'd love to share with you folks.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got you so late, but actually today, this Saturday when it airs, there's actually, now this program is an ongoing program that's going to start today?
It is an ongoing program that we do throughout the year. As soon as we have confirmed locations and dates, we put it out on our website and social media and so forth. So, yeah, unfortunately, the one that's coming up does start this Saturday on the 16th. It's called Diabetes Self-Management Program. And again, going back to chronic kidney disease and being that diabetes is the number one risk factor, we really want to focus in on, getting control of the risk factor so that chronic kidney disease doesn't progress or it slows the progression of it. Right. And so that's why the programs department, a couple years ago, we actually took on what we call our self-management programs, which the diabetes program is a part of, from Stanford University. So I was able to go up there, get trained, and be able to come back and offer it to the people of Hawaii. And so we're excited about it because there's so many people in Hawaii with diabetes.
Yeah, well, he says several 100,000 people. That's kind of a scary number. But anyway, we're going to take a short break here with Dawn from the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. We'll talk about more about the program. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Did you know 26 million Americans have kidney disease and most don't know it?
The day I was diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I called the National Kidney Foundation, and the young lady who answered stayed on the phone with me and walked me through step by step. She too was surviving kidney disease, and she showed me there could be life after kidney disease.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now you know.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4- and 5-night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos, California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit PointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy E. Howard from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690 The Answer. Focusing on the issues facing our seniors and their families today. Here's our Generations Radio host, Percy Ihara.
Welcome back to Generations Radio. We're here with Dawn Pasikala. I got it now, Dawn. Dawn Pasikala. I said it at the break many times. With the National Kidney Foundation, but did want to tell you guys, you guys got to like our Facebook page. We have a goal now. We hired an intern from UH, Stephanie. This young 20-something 21-year-old guy. She's a senior, going to graduate. But, man, I sat down with her for an hour talking about Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter and all these other ones these young people know, like, wow, this girl is so amazing, so much knowledge. And she's been doing it for a year. But, man, they pick it up so quick. So the goal is to double our Facebook people, our likes, our friends, I guess they call that. We're going to start posting 3 times a week, different articles in the magazine. We did one Monday, we did one Wednesday, and Friday we'll be posting again. So join our Facebook page. It's under Generations Magazine. You can look at Google my name if you want, but please like our page. As well as our website. We just revamped our website, make it cleaner, with a nicer look, better colors, featuring our calendar, our magazine, and our radio shows. As well, if you pull down a little bit, if you have a smartphone or a small tablet, you got to pull down to the bottom part of the page where they have the KITV Aging Well segments there, which we posted very soon, probably in another week or two. But yeah, and then all our resource pages are there. Like in April, we have all the listings of the adult day centers in the state of Hawaii. And all our past issues. Our past issues in the past will just have the date, August, September, 2010, 2012. Now it's sorted by covers. So you look at the cover, and there's a picture of every cover. And Mark Moran, our web designer, created that where it's much easier to search the past issues, because a lot of times they only know which past issue, not by the date, but who was on the cover. So very important. So, and thanks to Marlene Tsai, just a sneak peek if you're listening to the radio, Marlene Tsai is going to be our cover for June, July. And I met this lady many, many years ago at an old place called Watertown. If you like Hawaiian music, back in the day, I think this was like 82, 84, there was a place called Watertown downtown across the Ilikai. So this is when all these entertainers had shows. And after they finished the show, about 12, 1 o'clock, they would all slowly come through the bar. It was a bar restaurant, and it was the place to be back in the early 80s. Unfortunately, it closed down because they're making too much noise at night. But anyway, we're here with Dawn Pasikala from the National Kidney Foundation. So, Dawn, we taped this thing, so it's airing Saturday. Saturday, April
16th.
16th, thank you. My days are all in a mess right now. But your event, tell us about that event, by the way.
Yes.
Is it too late to sign up? It probably is too late to sign up, but they can go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely check it out. We possibly could recruit a couple more people. And the program that we're talking about here is our diabetes self-management program. It's a 6-week series of interactive workshops that we do. And it begins Saturday, the 16th at 9 o'clock. We're actually using a space inside the dialysis unit at Pearl Ridge. One being it's a central location for a lot of people to come to. Again, it's free. So it's a 6-week series of workshops. Every Saturday for 6 weeks.
At that facility?
At that facility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which facility is that?
DSI.
Okay.
It's a renal dialysis unit. They're right next to lungs on the ground floor.
Okay.
So near the escalator down there.
Oh, down there. Okay.
They were gracious enough to donate their space. We've used it before. And like I said, again, it's a central location. But our diabetes self-management program, like I mentioned earlier, it's one of the programs we adopted from Stanford University. It's an evidence-based program. So, they've done research and have much success from it over the past years, doing this all over the world now. It's even done in Spanish on the mainland, and I think they're trying to do other languages regarding this program. But anyway, it's a 6-week series of interactive workshops. Each workshop is 2.5 hours. So the one that we're starting this week is from 9 to 11:30 at Pro Ridge. And you might be asking who can benefit from this program. Well, anyone who has diabetes. And if you have a friend, a family member, or a loved one with some sort of diabetic condition, this would be really ideal for them. How can this program help? Well, you can learn better ways of coping and managing your diabetes by setting goals, achievable goals, eating well, starting an exercise program if you haven't already, or just maintaining to help increase your energy level. We teach you how to make daily tasks a little bit easier. We teach also, how to be consistent in your daily monitoring. With diabetic people, they have to check their blood sugar every single day, before
More
they
than
eat,
once a day, right?
after they eat, perhaps even after they've exercised, just all day long monitoring. So we teach them that along with skin and foot care as well.
Yeah, why is it always the feet? Can I ask?
Well, because they don't have circulation as well.
Is that what?
With diabetic people, and so with less circulation in the extremities, one being the feet, they're prone to get injured and not even know that they're injured.
Oh.
Yeah, so that can be scary. That's why in that particular workshop, we remind them to always wear covered shoes, protect the feet, and wear light-colored socks.
So you can tell whether you're bleeding or not?
Exactly.
Really?
Because if you get cut, you won't know if you're wearing a dark-colored sock.
Because you don't feel it?
You don't feel it. They won't feel it. And so, that poses a great danger. So light-colored socks, covered shoes. When you get routine foot exams, take off your shoes, let the physician examine your feet, thoroughly. Because, they may have a cut that they haven't noticed, and it could go on for days, without.
Yeah, and if they don't take care of it, they'll get their foot amputated.
Well, that's the extreme side of things, that we're trying to help prevent. But the sooner they check,
to be
the
blunt
better.
about that, but I've noticed a few cases that's happened to personal friends of mine.
Right.
And at that point, it was, of course, the disease is a little more serious. But I asked during the break, I asked you a question about, we have a friend of mine that had diabetes and maybe still does, was on medication, not insulin, just oral medication. And after about a year of exercising, he got off the medication.
Great.
But you mentioned something interesting, that if you're on insulin already, it's not reversible.
It's not reversible because the body no longer produces insulin. So without it, you won't have insulin in the body.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you're on injections, you're pretty much, that's a lifetime.
So if you're on oral medication, it's possible to change your diet, exercise more.
Yes.
Or they can take it. He's off the medication now, from what I understand.
Right.
Great
Well,
job.
we have, we've been putting on this diabetes workshop for almost a year now, and we've seen such positive changes with the people who have come through. There was this one lady who actually started monitoring her blood sugar. She wasn't. on a consistent basis. She would when she needed to, or when she felt, fatigued or tired or whatnot.
That's common though, right?
Yeah, that's one of the symptoms for diabetes, but she wasn't doing it consistently, and so it got her to set those goals to monitor her blood sugar before and after every meal, or after exercise or whatnot. So that was a really great story. Another story is through our chronic disease education. Patients have gone off their blood pressure medication because they've, been able to control their diet, control their salt intake, and things like that. So it's really heartwarming for us, and really that's our reward when we hear stories like that after, that they made a lifestyle change and that they finally get it, and they finally understand that, in reality, we are what we eat. What we put into our mouths is, eventually going to show up in some way, shape, or form.
It's so true. So let me ask you this. I mean, I don't want to ask a stupid question. Maybe it is a stupid question. So let's say this person does check their glucose, or what is this?
Glucose is sugar.
Okay.
Another word for sugar. So
they check it after they eat, and they find it's too low. What do?
Well, if it's too low, that means they're low on sugar, right, in the body. And so they can either carry some hard candy with them, maybe pop, a couple of those to kind of increase it. Maybe drink a glass of orange juice, something with sugar content in it to kind of get the levels up, a little bit.
Is that what happens? Is it too low? What was too high?
Or if it's too high, then, you want to really look at, another thing you want to look at is the dosage of the medication, because that may need to be adjusted with your physician. So, if you're diabetic, you need to be having routine checks with the doctor. Yeah. Because another great tool, and this is across the board for anybody, not just with people who are diabetic, keep a journal, a medication journal, so that when you do that finger stick or take that medication, you jot it down. If you're experiencing symptoms, write that down as well, so that when you go to the physician, it's all on paper.
I see. Yeah.
And you can say, hey, after I ate, or before I ate, my blood sugar was too high this day or too low this day, and this is how I felt. What can be done, so it's important to form that relationship and that communication between your healthcare team and yourself, to really zero in and focus in on why it is that it's high or low, because if it's happening too frequently, then, something's going on,
Yeah.
But with those quick fixes, always carry that sugary candies, or have something sugary ready to go to eat, or drink.
So the body is not creating enough insulin. Is that really what it is? So, because I love sugar. Who doesn't? But you don't want to get in that situation where your kidney's not functioning right, and you gotta do that. So you say you have an event in May in Maui?
Yes, in Maui.
Because we are statewide with AM 690 here.
Yes,
anyway.
And so is the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. We are statewide. We have an office in Maui as well.
Do you? Where's that located at?
It's actually in, I want to say Kahului.
Okay.
I don't fly there very often, but I believe it's in Kahului. I know it's not far from the airport, but in the town area, not far from Queen Kahumanu's shopping center.
Yeah, right up the street from it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of event are you having in May?
Well, we have what we call, it's an acronym. It's called KIWI. It stands for Kidney Interactive Workshop and Information.
Oh, cute.
And so we do this after all of our comprehensive screenings that we do in the community. It's really our follow-up program to just educate the community even more. After they've attended a screening and they're kind of like, well, what do I do now? So this just kind of supports them even more, gives them more information on how to better, again, self-manage. That's really what it's all about, to manage your condition on your own, at home, wherever you are. And so recently we had a screening out in Maui, actually at the Queen Ka'ahumanu Shopping Center, where they screened, I believe, over 90 people that day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big event, and it was called Kidney the Kind Day. And so with that, it happens every year. And usually it's in the month of March, because March is World Kidney Month for us. And so anyway, I'm following up with this education component. And so that'll be happening in May, starting May 5th. This will be every Thursday. So it's a 4-week session. So May 5th, we'll begin with session number 1, Meet Your Kidneys.
And where are they meeting at? At the office or?
No, we're actually using the Kaunoa Senior Services out there in Paia.
Yeah, we did. They were on our cover.
Oh, okay.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, so we're out there.
There were some seniors that were on the cover. They were actually some seniors that were they were renovating a lohi up at Iao Needle. When you look at the needle, the stream goes like that on the left side of the needle. To the left of that, we walked up in the valley. We took our cameraman. Everybody went up there. It was a lot of fun. Man, it was a kind of a walk with all the mosquitoes and everything, but it was okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I haven't.
Yeah, they do a great job over there.
I haven't seen the facility yet, but I hear it's a nice one.
It's a former elementary school, I believe.
Okay, great.
And you want to see active seniors? Oh my goodness, those people are serious.
Wow,
they are. I mean, they have yoga. They got all kind of classes. It's a busy little place. I spent about an hour and a half up there one time. Like, man, these seniors, they're like little kids doing all these programs for everything from exercise to art to all kind of things. It was great.
So yes. So again, our Kiwi workshops are really geared towards chronic kidney disease and are the follow-up program to the screenings. So we have 4 sessions. Meet Your Kidneys is the first one. Nutrition and cooking is the second one. Physical activity is the third one. And then the fourth one, we really zero in on medication management and really learning how to shop smarter in a grocery store. So the participants that come to these workshops are doing things. Yeah, they're moving. They're helping to prepare a healthy meal or a dish. We're doing a grocery store tour. If they can't get out to the store, we actually have put together a virtual grocery store tour. Things to look for, where to shop in the grocery store, how to look for things, how to read the labels, all of that.
That's really important.
Mm-hmm. So all of this will be happening on Maui for 4 Thursdays in May, beginning May 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Well, great. Mm-hmm. So make sure you let your friends and neighbors know out there. I know you guys are on Facebook as well, right?
Yes, we have a Facebook page, National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii, and our website is www.kidneyhi.org.
Yeah.
And we also have our web calendar on there.
I'll tell you, you guys do a lot in the community. I mean, I'm more and more. I know Jeff Sizemore and Diane Pinard, but I'm glad I met you now. Mm-hmm. So what else do you guys do besides those? I mean, you guys have the kidney car, which you guys are famous for, right?
Yes.
And I was like, how do you guys do that when a car is all bust up? But from what I understand, you're just doing it for the sheet metal or the metal, right?
Yeah, and I don't work personally with the CARS program, but from what I understand, they do sell parts of it if the car is not working, to get monies for that. And part of those monies actually comes to programs. So thank you for those who have donated, or are looking to donate. But yes, the CARS program is quite successful.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. So you have programs all year long, though, but anything else coming on down the road we can highlight?
Yes, definitely. We have on staff 2 dietitians. which they've been able to contribute such a huge part to our programs department. And they have created a program called Way of Life. Way, WEIGH, of Life. And they've created this 4-week program specifically for keiki and families. It's for children ages 8 to 12. And it's about really connecting the family with the kids in creating and cooking together healthy meals. So it's a 4-week interactive class. They meet other people, they bond with other families, and they're really trying to create a positive change within the home, the way we eat.
So when and where is that?
Okay, so on April 21st, which is next week, there's going to be an informational session at the Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii at the Windward Clubhouse. And this
Windward
is
Clubhouse?
Yes. Oh. And this is at 145 South Kainalu Drive in Kailua.
Down there.
And then that'll be the informational session. And then I believe they're going to start the actual Way of Life program or workshops. And that begins May 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. And all of these is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And where's it going to be? At the Boys and Club out there?
Yes.
Okay. And is that a free program as well?
Yes, it is. It is a free program. It's sponsored by us, of course. Also Castle Health Group as well.
Oh, good.
And, of course, the Boys and Girls Club.
You got to
let us
know in advance because, as we get our calendar to be more robust and a link to a lot of other senior events and family events, we definitely want to have you on our website and our calendar, which we're going to start promoting in about a month or so.
Okay.
Because there's no calendar you can go for one place for all these things. And like I said, as a resource magazine, we're trying to get all that out. So I give you a lot of credit for doing that. I think it's great. I took the Dr. Shintani class. And like I said, I haven't lost a lot of weight, but I'm definitely healthier, stronger. My son is one of the few kids that will eat vegetables. My wife puts kale in the smoothie where we don't tell him to after he's finished with it that there's kale in there. We'll tell him it's spinach, but spinach is not that bad as kale, right? The taste wise, but so here we make omelets with spinach and kale inside and broccoli. And
that's great. You know what? It's those little changes. We're not asking people to completely make a 360. Sometimes it's impossible, but it starts with little changes. So.
Well, when we first started playing baseball, we had the public after the game, and we have a table and a food out there, and I always require some kind of a vegetable. So it's so cute. The first couple of times, the parents will come up to me and goes, "Wow, I'm really impressed with your son. He eats his vegetables. How do you do that?" I say, "He doesn't have a choice. No vegetable, no iPad. Simple as that." They go, "Oh." So now I definitely see more kids eating vegetables on our team because it's kind of a requirement. Right. They got to have that. And now a lot of our parents are realizing just don't make it an option. It's just a requirement. They got to eat a little bit of that. So, exactly. Dawn Pasikala, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I learned every show, and hopefully you as a listener out there, come to our website. If you don't listen to it now, check out all the past shows. We have all different type of topics, but Dawn, you guys do a great job over there. You guys have been a partner with us since day one when we started the magazine. So thanks to Diane and Jeff. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to have you more information.
Yes,
whatever you got, send to me. If you have any events, we'll put it on the show, whether you're here or not, put it on the show.
Right. Yeah. So if any of these programs are of interest to you, you can contact us. My email is dawn, DAWN, @kidneyhigh.org. My number is 589-5905. Just contact us if you.
Just make sure you pronounce the last name, Pasikala. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do, and what you guys do. And so thank you very much. So anyway, like I said, every Saturday and Sunday we're here, AM 690, The Answer. So have a great weekend, everybody. Aloha, and live well.